Okay, sorry for the discoloration. I broke my computer a little while back, and so this is as good as I can get it today. Um, so some of my main takeaways from our discussion. First of all, Annie's response stuck with me. We talked about pragmatism in the textbook reading. Um, and I felt like she was taking a really pragmatic approach to it. She was basically saying, or felt to me like she was saying, we could sit here and argue over the semantics until we're blue in the face, but ultimately people still have to be held accountable for their actions, whether or not you believe in free will or determinism, which one has more of a hold over us. And I didn't even realize how much I agreed with her until I was analyzing it later on. But yeah, ultimately, like, we're still people. We still have to function as a society. So while we're debating over this, we can't just let people get away, with whatever they want to do, regardless of of what philosophers are thinking at the time. That being said, um, it did make me think a little bit more about what it means to be accountable. Like, for instance, Lindsay in one of her responses said that certifiably insane people like the Aurora theater shooters still have a choice, and I don't know if I agree with that. When your brain, the thing that makes decisions and tells you what to do, is going haywire, how can you be expected to make all the right decisions and choices? That being said, I don't think that you should be allowed to just walk away. Like, accountability is still important, but as far as like punishment, or as far as being treated the same way as someone who we know to be perfectly sane, I don't know if that can be treated equally. But I appreciated the utilitarian approach of those two. There were also some salient examples put forth by Emma. She mentioned depression. That's an extremely relevant example of how something that feels a lot like a choice. For a long time, people would just say, come on, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Don't be like that. Don't just sit in bed all day. Something that feels like a choice really, really, really sometimes isn't. And we're just now starting to learn that, and we still have a lot of research left to do. Jennifer mentioned Phineas Gage, classic example of how who we are, even in terms of our basic personality, can be the result of physical and physiological things. That stood out to me because I was like, oh, that's like one of the clearest examples I can think of. And as far as the morality question, that part of the debate, it was less any specific response that stood out to me. More, I think we all kind of reached the consensus that it's an extremely nuanced situation, not black and white at all. And I think a lot of us concluded that if it's strictly a free will basis, then that's really cool for the people that have it worse off than a lot of other people out there in the world. But if it's purely determinism, then how can we even function as a society if no one is thought to be responsible for their actions? So those were just some of my takeaways from the discussion. Sorry, my response was so long.